In this video, I'm going to tell you side hustles you can start in your 40s that don't require any money. Hey everyone, it's Rich Cardona, the midlife entrepreneur, and I am that guy that wants to tell you, the person who is in their 30s or 40s, dreading work on Sundays, the person who loathes their boss, the person who longs for a different life, all these different things. I am talking to you because I know you, I've been there, and I want to help you as much as possible. Now, we're going to talk about side hustles today, and this is not going to be some crazy, deep, insane undertaking to make money, okay? But making money is obviously going to be a requisite. So if you're making money right now, good money, then obviously you should start saving in case you ever plan on quitting and starting your own business, which I hope you do. There's immense gratification out of it. The other side of that is you need to make extra income, okay? And getting a side hustle and learning some of the ins and outs of how you can make money without really spending money in order to do it. And that's an example of that is kind of like drop shipping or learning to print on demand or making t-shirts. Like, no. Like, I don't want you to spend money to make money, okay? What I'm saying is you're gonna need extra money to kind of offset what you might lose should you walk away from this job that you hate, or if you decide to quit because you don't want to have a complete meltdown at work and you don't know how long you're gonna be out of work. Side hustle is gonna help you with that, and we're gonna get into them right now. Now, before I do that, obviously my name is Rich Cardona. Like I said, if this is your first time here, I definitely encourage you to check out some of the other videos. And look, I'm not going to take it personally if you put it on 2x to listen to it or to watch it. The value is still going to be there, but consider subscribing if you haven't already. Here's one of the first things you can do. You already have experience, okay? If you are the right audience for me, like your mid 30s, all the way up to maybe your mid 40s, you have industry experience, you have experience somewhere doing something, okay? Probably more than most people that are younger than you, of course. So one thing you could absolutely do is think about teaching people that are in high school, people that are community college, or people that are at college, okay? Especially in my opinion, if they're in sales and marketing, like they're just gonna get thrown to the wolves once they get to their first job and they get recruited, on campus or anything like that. Or if they're in high school and they're not going to college, they're just gonna end up having to go and figure out the hard way, how to do door-to-door sales and all these other things. These people are not gonna necessarily be influenced by some of the big name marketers out there, some of the big name salespeople out there, the Grant Cardones, the Jordan Belforts, any of those type of people. Like, they may not even know who those people are. So you actually have a really good chance of kind of being a guest presenter at some of these campuses or schools, or just putting something in Craigslist or something in Facebook group like, hey, graduating soon, I'm going to tell you what no company is going to tell you about sales. And then you tutor them or you give them extra education. Like, you talk to them about the things that no one talks about, which is the person who asks the most questions is in charge of the conversation. Meaning, shut the hell up if you're a salesperson, just ask as many questions as possible. You want the idea to be theirs. So just think of whatever knowledge it is, whether it's sales, whether it's marketing, whether it's tech, whether it's security, whether it's fitness, doesn't matter. If you have more experience than most, you can help these people who are either going to look at it as a possibility to jump into this kind of first stage of their professional career without a parachute, or with you who can act as a parachute. Number two, you might think it's ridiculous, but Uber. My father drives for Uber. You could drive for Uber or drive for Lyft. Now, look, I have not done that. I've absolutely considered it. But the only thing is I'd have to be doing that in the middle of the night for the most part. And I get up so ridiculously early, like I'm not sure it would work. Okay, but I've absolutely considered it before. But my dad does it. And the reason I'm telling you my dad does it, who's obviously not 30s, in his 30s or 40s, is he actually enjoys it. And I want you to know that as well. There might be more of a trust factor if you're a professional, okay, and this is a side hustle, and you treat the job extremely seriously, okay? If you want so bad out of what you're doing right now, then you'll probably be happy to pick up a stranger, help them put their luggage in the trunk, have a nice clean car, have the breath mints, have the water, whatever it is, and take them on the way to their destination safely. You're already experienced. You'll know whether you need to shut up. You're not going to have the music blasting. You're not going to be texting and driving while you're with them. You are already more experienced than a lot of the people who are doing this out of necessity. This is a side hustle for you. So for you to exceed expectations and blow it out the water is very palpable, very conceivable. So check it out. Don't hate on it. It's absolutely a good way to earn money. And it's also a good way to network. You never know who's going to end up in the back of your vehicle, and that might be a good thing. Number three, sell your shit. Sell your shit quarterly. Dude, I could have a garage sale every quarter, 100%, okay, especially with kids. There's plenty of things that you can sell, okay, and obviously this doesn't cost any money. I have a MacBook Air, I have a MacBook, and I have an iMac. I want to love Apple computers so much, but Jesus, man, like they just cannot handle like simple things for me, like video editing. So yeah, I have those. There's really nothing wrong with them except they're slow, so all I really need to do is wipe them. And for someone who doesn't need to do video editing or something along those lines, then it's going to be an easy flip, okay? Those are kind of bigger tech items, but there's clothes, there's sports equipment, there's all kinds of things that you don't need, that if you are able to, you could gather these things every quarter and just be like, well, what else do I need? If you are looking, again, leaving your job at some point, then you're just going to have to look around and be like, what do I need? What do I not need? Because chances are you're probably going to have to downsize unless you have some sort of side hustle or business already in existence that's going to exceed what you're doing at your job, which it would never make sense for you to stay at your job if that was the case anyway. So think about it. A quarterly garage sale, it might not be the most, but it's actually going to just teach you about how to interact with people. It's going to tell you how to put things online. It's going to teach you headlines. It's going to teach you how to write the copy for it. It's going to help you. So consider that. Number 4 is Airbnb. Dude, when we were in California and my wife and I lived in San Diego, we actually rented out a room and we made it so the common areas were okay. Yes, you could come hang out in the common areas if you want. We had a little coffee station for them and whatever. And the thought of it to people at the time, and this is years ago, was like insane. But you know what? That was bringing us in like, I don't know, like $1,000 to $2,000 a month. That was a great side hustle. And because they were limited to living space, they were limited to kind of one room that had its own bathroom in it. It was unbelievably easy to clean. You know what? You're in charge of the cleaning fee, which some people have the most ridiculous freaking cleaning fees. But let me just be honest with you. My cleaning fee, I don't remember what we used to charge, but it probably cost me $10 of my time. We would clean it. I mean, it did not take long at all because no one stayed more than a night, maybe 2 nights max, but no one was staying for a week at a time. And obviously we got to decide who we wanted to let in or not. I would research them and I'd be like, okay, this dude's okay, or she's all right. And everyone had a great experience. We became super hosts super fast. And that increased the ability for us to charge and for us to book. Super easy. Don't sleep on that side hustle. If you have the room, think about it. Kind of another house related thing. You could house sit. Dude, people want people to look after their stuff, okay? That's just the way it is. You might live in a not so great neighborhood. You might live in a good neighborhood. But if you want someone to house sit or you put something out there that you could house sit, obviously I would start with your network or your friends or something like that. Be like, hey, this is something I'm trying to do. Then they're going to obviously trust you over a stranger, but it doesn't mean that it's a complete obsolete possibility that you could put something again on Craigslist or something out there. I'm sure there's Facebook groups of people who house sit or people in the local area. I mean, look, you could literally start a Facebook group. Let's just say I was in Mobile, Alabama house sitting LLC. Like, you'd probably be the only person in the group, but it'd be a page that belongs to you. And then all of a sudden you'd be a resource. So anyway, look, I know that might seem like a stretch, but again, it doesn't cost you anything. Okay. And you'll actually probably be very comfortable. You might not even have to stay overnight. So you might have to give a report. You might have to take some pictures. It might involve walking a dog, which is another side hustle. Might involve feeding a cat. Those things work, okay? And people don't want to think about those things when they're away, especially if it's a lengthy stay. People don't want to think about worrying about this or that or their pets or their furniture or their jewelry or whatever it is. You can solve that problem and you can make good money doing it. There's people like me who hate administrative tasks, and there's people like you that might be able to knock them out so much faster. The things that take me 2 hours might take you 2 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. So virtual assistants actually make the world go round, okay? And there's a lot of different sites that might make you feel less like, some lowly assistant or anything like that, but it absolutely is a way to help people. It's obviously a way to network as well. But if you are able to clear someone's email every day, help them with calendar bookings every day, find flights for them, and have access to parts of their life that are kind of privileged, and you make things happen for them and you free them up of time, you're going to get compensated very well for that time. I promise you that. Do not look at potentially being a virtual assistant as anything that's going to be derogatory or hurt your reputation. This is about a side hustle. This is about raising money. This is about gathering money, all without spending money. Okay. So think about that. Depending on your expertise, you could be a fractional something or a consultant. Okay. Meaning like a fractional salesperson, a fractional chief technology officer, a fractional director of marketing. It doesn't matter. You could consult or you could work in a fractional capacity. Okay. Now this is just saying I have this much industry experience. I'm an expert in this area. You don't want someone full-time. I could bang out 3 hours or 4 solid hours a week for you, or 1 hour a day for you, to make sure your books are clean, and maybe if it's accounting, or to make sure I'm preparing social media posts if you happen to be in marketing, or to make this many calls per week if I'm in sales. It doesn't matter. People don't want to have to pay benefits. People don't want someone on payroll as a W-2. People will happily take on a contractor or a consultant who's going to work in a minimal capacity because they're going to be super efficient with their time, and that's probably you. And again, you can make some good cha-ching off that. And lastly, and one of the easiest is affiliate marketing. Is there anything that you use? I am an affiliate for my podcast recording software, an Amazon affiliate for a bunch of the tech that I use. Like, that doesn't require anything. If I like it, then I'm going to promote it. And what does it cost me? Nothing. I could post here and there. I could put money behind some ads if I wanted, but the goal is not to have you spend money. But you could do so many different things with some of the companies that you actually adore, that you use, that have made a difference in your life, because you're going to be able to talk about them better than their normal salespeople that they hire to do their shitty ass marketing and their ridiculously kind of, robotic pitches. If you are someone who's making a post, let's just say you were an affiliate for a very specific fitness company. Be like, when I went to Rich's Get in Shape for the Marine Corps boot camp, I weighed 200 pounds and now I weigh this and da 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 da. Like, look, like, I can help you. Here's a code so that I could talk to you a little bit about the program, and I'm happy to give you a code so that way you could use it. I will get a small commission, but it's going to be a big difference in your life. Check it out for sure. I mean, that is the laziest, crappiest example, but just think about what it would be like if there was actually a lot more effort put into that and you were promoting some of these brands that you were an affiliate for. Those commissions add up, okay? And look, like, if you really want to know, in the software space, that's where you'll probably make the most bang for your buck. So if you happen to use any specific software, especially if you have a lot of industry experience using some of this very specific software, whether it's sales, marketing, or anything like that, or SEO software, those people pay out the most. So those are all side hustles that you could use that don't involve you having to spend money, that are probably not going to just like all of a sudden take over your life, but they're all going to give you a lot of the experience you need and the potential to get the money that you need to either save or start to offset you taking the leap of faith into entrepreneurship if that's what you want. Okay, now I didn't cover anything on the personal side, okay, but today I just wanted to talk a little bit about business. So either way, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got value out of it, and definitely hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.